Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today because what is the biggest regret people have had in their lives? Wow, it's completely different than what I thought it was going to be. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. Today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, and I will cover them in a bit. But first things first, guys, people have said from a survey of 2,000 people that debt held them back. Their finances held them back and limited their enjoyment in their life. It wasn't that lost love, it wasn't no kids. It was the fact that they didn't have enough money and that they were constantly paying bills. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Great story out of the New York Post on this. But let's go through this all. Think about this 2,000 people surveyed, 72% of the respondents said that they have accumulated debt. 72% of those people. Over 50% reported that they were overwhelmed by the fear that they will not be able to pay it off in their old age. That is wild, guys. That's catastrophic when you hear that. Now, credit card debt represents 45% of this, and the average respondent reported that they had over $9,000 in debt, which is growing since this survey was done a few months ago. And now they're saying the average person has payments well over $600 a month towards this debt. That's a lot of money, guys. Think about it. 3 months, you could go on a cruise, save it up. 6 months, you go on a really nice cruise if you do that. So, it really has affected people quite a bit. 17% of the people said that they had $9,144 in medical debt and pay $222 on average a monthly basis towards their medical debt, not their insurance, their debt, past stuff that was done and past procedures that were not covered by medical insurance. Additionally, 22% of the respondents said that they had a balance on their credit card loans and that they had $17,000 in credit card loans. In car loans. Since I'm at a car show, I'm still at SEMA, but $17,000 on the auto loans on average, which that didn't really seem that high. But I think it's because people are older and they try not to get themselves into debt, even though they all are. Taka Research did the National Debt Relief, survey, and found that those with outstanding debt, the largest barrier was insufficient income, and it was the barrier to joy. That saddens me to hear that. 46% of the respondents said that they don't make enough money to pay off their debts, so they're going to have debts until the day they die. That is catastrophic, guys. That is horrible. The biggest enjoyment is to be debt free, guys, is not to owe anybody any money. And people are saying that the other problem that they have is high interest rates affect them, and monthly payments that are too high, 28%. Again, it's terrible. When they asked the average respondent, do you have enough money for retirement? Only 29% said that they had a substantial savings, which is not much. And some of these people managed to bank $29,000. And again, an emergency fund of 29 grand is pretty good, but a lot of these people owe a lot more than that and all the other debts. Nearly half of those people that were in debt, 49%, said they had less than $20,000 in savings. Wow. 1 in 5 had that magic number that we've talked a lot about, and that is zero. $0 in savings right now. Greatest impact, again, inflation, 72% complained about that. The inability to pay off debt was 39%. Cost of living in the economy, 45%, so that was their biggest burden of joy. Wow, biggest burden to have joy. 48% of all the respondents that were currently working, think about this, guys, people over 55, still say that they don't make enough money to pay their bills. God, that is wild, man. 62% said that they always thought it would be able to turn around, but it didn't. Wow. 67% of the non-retired respondents said that their debt will continue and they will need to work forever for this. God, that is just crazy. So enjoy the survey, guys. But again, too many people go out and get themselves into debt, don't pay off their bills, and that's the biggest, that causes the largest amount of joy killing. I mean, lack of joy, lack of fun, lack of everything. The burden of debt is too much. So let me know what you think so far, because read the story. It'll be the first story below, but too much. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. Let's face it, guys, money printing is about to start again. Rate cuts are here, and everything that follows is going to be chaos. You need to protect yourself with gold from #1 rated Patriot Gold Group. 9 years in a row, over 10,000 customers. Contact them today. 888-330-1431. They have done well over $1 billion in transactions. Contact them today, guys. Jamie Dimon himself has said that we could easily see gold double in price. We could easily see $5,000 gold, $10,000 gold. You don't want to miss out on this. Patriot Gold Group has IRAs, 401ks that are all backed by precious metals. They are #1 for their customer service for very good reason. Contact them today. More people are searching things on the internet like help with my mortgage for the first time since 2008. Protect yourself with precious metals today and contact Patriot Gold Group. Now, there's a lot more to cover on this. Think about this. High debt income earners, over $250,000 a year, are admitting that they have too much debt right now and they owe more than they have ever owed in their lifetime. Wow, imagine you make $250,000 a year and you are broke. Because if you miss a couple paychecks, like people have just experienced in the government, they're done. Some of these people just cannot make it. High credit card rates, still have, some people have student loan debt, but you're seeing that. The other thing is there is a huge amount of people talking about debt confessions on TikTok, on social media, Instagram. That is nuts, guys. People bragging and talking about how they need help with their finances is climbing. It's one of the largest sectors of confessions right now, including, I cheated on my wife and I'm sleeping with the neighbor type of shenanigans. That stuff ranks really high, but debt confessions is going up tremendously right now. We have record credit card debt. We talk about this all the time. $1.17 trillion in credit card debt. Guys, get out of debt. Pay your bills off. Have some freedom. Be able to live your life and sleep at night. I'm telling you, Kaiser Sose said it best. Stress is a killer. Okay? It's true. It really is. So people don't want to admit this. People don't want to admit that they have these problems, but you need to get help. It's like anything else. You're fat, People want to take a fat pill and take Ozempic and get something from the Gila monster as a quick fix. There is no quick fix for this. It's discipline. Taking that stuff is dangerous. I've talked to a lot of medical professionals that say, we don't know where this is going 5 years from now. So good luck. Number of people living paycheck to paycheck, again, 78%. That is staggering, guys. Absolutely staggering. Because with this government shutdown, not getting, fixed anytime soon, there are people out there that are just going to be finished right now. You're going to hear of record bankruptcies next month and how people just were behind the eight ball to begin with, and now it's only going to get worse. So remember that, Financial literacy crisis. People don't understand finances. Best thing about YouTube and the internet is that you can learn anything. So you can learn fitness, you can learn nutrition, you can learn cooking, you can learn barbecuing, you can learn financial literacy. Look things up. Please, if you don't know it, try to learn it. It's so great. It's so rewarding. It is amazing to do this. $19 trillion in household debt around the country. Our national debt just surpassed $38 trillion. Household debt is $19 trillion. Guys, it's half. Okay? But you add it all up, and the country's in trouble, we're in trouble. People have to fix this. You've got to start it one step at a time to get yourself out of this. You have to work on this. Student loan shock. Credit scores have plunged since around June, when they started to put the student loan numbers back on people's credit, and it just destroyed it. Well, try refinancing your house. Try getting a good car loan. Not going to happen. Try getting a personal loan or asking for a credit line increase. You are going to see something that's going to happen with large banks that issue credit cards, where they're going to make it so that they're going to cut credit lines. I've talked about this, and then as soon as I talk about it, I have more and more people that are telling me what they're experiencing right now with their credit lines being cut. Share all that stuff. Debt delays retirement, people that cannot retire, some people really like to work, some people enjoy it. I mean, I would go crazy if I wasn't working, but some people have to work because they're behind the eight ball, and you don't want to be in that position. One thing that you don't have in school, we should teach financial education in school. We should teach how to manage a checkbook. I've told this story before, that a law professor, a friend of mine, was talking about. He teaches a class called How to Run Your Law Firm, and I thought it was I thought he was joking with me. How to sign a lease, how to have a payroll company, how to print a check, how to write a check. These are people that are lawyers. You just got a DUI, and this guy's going to save your life, and this guy doesn't know how to manage a checkbook. That is insane, guys. That's absolute lunacy that you have to teach financial literacy to people that are in their mid-20s. Now, it's crazy. It's crazy, crazy, crazy. Extreme debt turnarounds. All the people love the viral personal stories that go out, and the Dave Ramsey type thing. Hey, we were $200,000 in debt, and we ate top ramen, and now we're debt free. Some people like those stories. I do, because some of us started with nothing, and then you made money. Some of us had a financial hiccup in their lives and had to reset. There's nothing wrong with that. Learn from that mistake right now. So let me know what you think so far. And if any of this pertains to you, let me know. Let me know if you think you're going to be able to retire. Let me know if you think that you have too much debt. Now, a lot of people, hey, I'm just going to file BK. I'm going to be done with it. Some things you can, some things you can't right now. So let us know. Let us all know. I'm going to finish this video with these last few things. And don't forget, we have the private channel, iAllegedly Live. You sign up at iAllegedly.tv. And I love doing that content. It's uncensored. It's everything we can't talk about other places. Plus, don't forget to take a look at our video sharing platform, newvideos.com. It's taken off. A lot of people are enjoying that. Again, newvideos.com. And let's end it with this final 3 stories right now. First things first, CarMax is imploding right now. Stock went down an absolute ton yesterday, and they just fired their chief financial officer. They've got nothing but problems right now because of the financing problem with used cars. They're not being able to maintain the value. Even on lower tier cars, they're not being able to sell the cars right now. And it's a problem. So the stock is the lowest level it's been since 2012. And that's not going to improve anytime soon. If you can't sell a car, you have a problem. There is a problem with this economy, and people don't want to admit that. Oh, you're just overreacting, you're Mr. Gloom and Doom. Just ran into a subscriber, Greg, enjoying the show, but Greg's, feeling the same thing we are right now. So next thing is Ford. Ford looks like it's going to scrap the F-150 Lightning, which has been an absolute debacle. Think about this. There is a car that no one has written me about that is purchased, not one person, and said, oh my gosh, Dan, this is such a great investment, such a great car. We love it. We're really enjoying it. People write me all the time about their Teslas and, their Dodge, everything. But the Ford F-150 Lightning has been a disaster. We hate it. It loses power. We go up a hill towing our boat. It's a mess. So that's done. Final story is, I love this story out of the New York Post. A fun favorite restaurant is going to close 21 locations, and that's Outback Steakhouse. Let's go down under. They have their kitschy Australian guy talking about all the discounts and all the deals and the blooming onion. No, it sucks, guys. It's expensive. The steaks are microscopic. The service is horrible, and they're closing 21 locations. They're only going to, they had 670 locations when they started. Be under 650 right now. With that being said, this is the lowest amount of restaurants they've had in like 15 years. They had over 750 at one point. So when you can't make it in the middle tier space on cars and on the restaurants, it's done. So remember that, guys. Outback Steakhouse. When was the last time you were there? When was the last time you were there and you thought, wow, this is such a good value? The last time I ate there, they said, we're so understaffed, it's going to take an hour to get your order. So beware if you want to order. We left. I'm not going to wait an hour for, well, we can get you salad pretty quick, but the food, no way. It's going to take at least an hour. And the place was dead. By the way, there were like 6 tables in the whole place. They had one guy cooking and making salads and everything. So good luck. Outback is the next one to go down. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel. You want to get a hold of me, it's hello@iallegedly.com. Onward and upward, guys. I'll see you very soon. And do you like your Ford F-150 Lightning? You're the only one. See you.